It's not 4K.
I thought, I guess as paid customers get 1080p. They only did 720 for freebies, right?
And for the most part, that would be fine with us.
Yeah.
Well, freebies also have that duck watermark on it too. You can't get rid of,
Oh, true.
and it's 5 hours of storage. So if you need your recording to, if something happens to the stream to YouTube,
Hmm.
you can always go, well, I've got the recording. I'll just upload that. Where's our Technorama page? There it is. Let's share this out. Sherry, baby. Oh, it's share, not Sherry. Did I already sing that one for Dog Days?
I don't recall.
No, I sang something else. What was it? I thought I sang a Four Seasons. Let's look real quick because I have the history. Corey Hart, White Stripe, Zombies, Steve Martin, Eddie Rabbit, Beatles, Four Seasons. Walk Like a Man. That's what I did.
Oh, yeah. Well, they all kind of sound the same.
You think? And then you try to figure out which one was Four Seasons and which one was Frankie Valli on his own.
Yeah.
It's Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. That's all I'm going to post. Alrighty. Now that we got that out of the way, we can put our question of the week up there. 4 shares. Who shared this?
There's 4 shares?
Yeah. Mike, you, me, and one more. It just says one. It doesn't
One
say
more.
And the rest are here on Gilligan's.
Well, yeah, I did. Mike did. You did.
Who's the other one?
Who's the head one?
I wonder if it doesn't show because there were no responses.
I don't know about you, but on Facebook, I'm starting to see a lot of AI slop floating around.
What do you mean?
Just a lot of people doing AI stuff. Like some guys interviewing young women in the street. Young women are interviewing guys. I'm like on the little reels, like robot, and not I don't really watch the reels so much on Facebook, but I don't know, just a lot of. It seems a lot of crap. A lot more crap than normal.
More crap.
Yeah. So I don't know about you, but it seems like Facebook's getting a little less useful.
I've recently been watching some of the real. Donna is like, that's 90% of her content consumption. It's either Netflix or reels.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to tell her to put the phone down. It's time to go to church.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm guilty of it a little bit too. There's YouTube. I think their algorithm's getting better on the shorts because I'm seeing some more shorts that I think, or at least more recently, that are more useful than some of them. And I usually don't like the shorts. I prefer longer form, and when I say longer form, 5 to 15 minutes depends on what the context is. But yeah,
there's one called Honest to Betsy with the number 2. It's this woman who takes a lot of it is old songs. I don't know if you've seen her, but it's old songs from like the 40s and 50s that are actual songs that have really inappropriate lyrics or suggestive innuendos. And she'll be playing the piano, like she's starting out and the song is okay, and she's smiling, and then the questionable lyrics comes up, and she's like,
oh, that's awesome. Yeah,
like songs about dropping the bomb. Or there's one where there's a trio of them, 3 ladies, and this was an actual song. Like, my husband's a carpenter, carpenter, carpenter. My husband's a carpenter. He all day he bangs nails, he bangs nails, and he bangs nails. And at night he comes home and drinks tea. There's one for mechanic. There's one.
That's nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then they finally get to the end. They go, "My husband's a husband, a husband, a husband. My husband's a husband is he. All day he drinks tea, he drinks tea, he drinks tea, and at night he comes home and drinks coffee." But there are some that have inappropriate lyrics. Then there's some that I believe she's written her own. A lot of these, like, she's wearing 50s dresses and, the red lipstick and whatnot, so she looks the part.
Mm-hmm.
And, it's like, how to throw a party. First, send out invitations. Be sure to tell people how many crimes they must have committed to excuse them from. It's really funny. Be sure to tell them to bring one or more live rats. And then it just like hangs up this bag that's moving around.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then when everybody leaves, now that everybody's gone, be sure to round up the 200 or so rats in your house.
Wow.
It's fun. I was laughing pretty good at that one. Like, wow.
So what do you think about Dog Days so far?
I'm enjoying it. Mine are taking a little longer than expected, but still enjoying it.
Taking a little longer than expected. Oh,
it's not just talk, play a song, and then done. Yeah, these are a little more production than I've had in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are 7 or 8 layers. Today's was 2.
Right.
A very simple approach, and I was able to get the ukulele in one take and the lyrics in one take. So I got really lucky. I was like, yay, I'm done in just over a half hour.
Half hour.
From the time I turn on the studio, walk up, I go, okay, here's the song. That didn't include practicing the song a couple of times this morning.
Well, for me, I've kind of gotten into a routine. I've got Auphonic set up with the intro and the outro music.
Mm-hmm.
And for everybody that may or may not be listening, I'm doing a detective noir story in space.
You write that?
Yes and no. I wrote some of it, and then I had AI punch it up, and
I knew AI was involved there.
Yeah, and then I tweaked it out some more. So I was pretty happy with it.
And you recorded it all ahead of time. You're not doing this on a daily basis.
No, I'm doing it in chunks. So like I recorded 5 the other day.
Oh, okay.
And then because I had company coming that weekend, I was like, okay, for me to sit down and record something, it's not going to happen.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Yeah. So what I did was I started doing them in chunks. So I did like 5, and run them through Auphonic. They get the music on the front and end, and then they're ready to go. I just got to make the post and everything and generate an image. So it didn't take very long. And I was not upset, but I was a little surprised. It didn't dawn on me that it was going to take only a minute per for this 30 chapters. I was like, oh crap. I guess this will be okay. What the heck, So once I had and that's with the music, they average about a minute a piece. So the last episode I'm going to have, like we talked about, I'm going to put them all together. So it'd be more like 20 something minutes,
All right. You ready to begin our show?
Sure. Does this count for the Dog Days podcast?
No, it does not, because nobody's listening. Nobody's watching.
Hey, I can put our feet in the. I can throw our feet in the pool.
I can throw in my link to make requests in the chat.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Here's nobody. All right, let's begin. I'm going to start the audio recording here in 3, 2. No, I bumped the wrong button.
Why are you really jumping right in?
It was close, but the purple button was right below the blue one. Got to hit the blue one. 3, 2, 1. Technorama episode 778. Ow! Stupid logo. Lego. I have been doing way too much graphic design the last 24
on the
hours.
McDonald's logo. Crap.
It's the spiky logo that hurts.
Yeah.
Welcome to Technorama. This is the show that tries to take a lighthearted look at tech science, sci-fi, all things geek. If this is your first time joining us, wow, you caught us on a good day.
Yeah.
If you're coming back, you know what to expect. We appreciate you giving us your time. Either way, my name is Chuck Tomasi from sunny Phoenix, Arizona, in the, well, I'm not calling it the 3D20 studio, which you can figure out for your own later. I'll give you an explanation. And joining me right over there is Craig Stepp on the other side of this void.
Yeah, on the other side of the void. How you doing? I'm doing great, actually. Had a little surprise this morning.
Surprise.
I think I texted you a picture of it. I got a griddle. Huh?
The picture of your bacon was a surprise?
Yeah. No, I was cooking on the griddle outside, cooking some bacon. I was actually making, breakfast on it.
Did you have your shirt off?
No.
Real
so
men
then I heard a sound and I was like, what the heck? It sounded like a squirrel or something fell. And I looked, not like that. So then I look and I hear it again. It's like, and I start hearing cracking.
Yes.
Turns out that there was two trees on the other side of my office. That one was leaning on the other. It's been leaning like that since Helene came through, and finally the one tree just gave up and they both went down.
Oh man!
So I did not have time to get my phone out, but because I was too busy trying to see what was going on. I wasn't worried about them going towards anything important because they were leaning away, but still, it's interesting to hear when those trees start to give.
I would have cried if it had fallen on your shed again.
Oh no. Yeah. No, if there was anything threatening property, it would have been cut by now.
Craig would have gone up there. Oh no, you don't, and just pushed it off to the side. Deflected.
Yeah. I'd been like one of those people that Bruce Banner was investigating in the Incredible Hulk, that they all of a sudden had
superhuman strength to protect his shed.
Yeah, that's right. So
I couldn't lift a car to save the baby, but I saved my shed.
Well, actually, honestly, I wanted to cut it down, but I was like, I don't feel comfortable doing it myself because the one's leaning against the other, and I just knew it would kick out or do something stupid when I'd be the only one there. So I was like trying to figure out what I'll do, and I guess they just took care of themselves. So
works much better if you sing the lumberjack song while you're doing it.
Yeah, I'm a lumberjack, and that's okay. Yeah.
All right, let's get on with our question of the week, and we have a voicemail which we forgot a few weeks ago. So
oopsie,
we'll get to that in a sec.
Letters, oh, we get letters. We get your letters every day. Mail today. Reach right in and pull one out. Those letters, I love those letters. Let's find out what you got to say.
Oh boy!
Mailman, mail today.
All right.
Our question of the week for you last time was, you've been hired to design the worst possible smart kitchen gadget. What is it?
A smart spatula.
Available at Spatula City. Wait, Spatula City.
Yeah. That's right.
Oh, Jeffrey Power says picks through the trash, finds food half eaten, then puts it back in the fridge.
Wait a minute. Is that what he does, or is that what a device that does?
I think that's what the device is supposed to do.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
I was thinking at first, dude, if you're already doing that, what's the problem? Stops you from doing that? No, don't put that back in. It's got salmonella.
Yeah. Our friend Steve London said, the ultimate AI enhanced grill. It can turn anything into a grilled meat. Okay. Cow, chicken, pig, your neighbor's dog, even your mother-in-law.
It's getting pretty dark on that one.
You kill it and we'll grill it. Wow. He has a warped sense of what America's like.
And we love you for it. Steve's our kind of people.
Yeah. That's right.
One of our other Steve members, Stephen Weshy, says, smart can opener, no buttons. It only works off of Bluetooth. You must log in to operate the app. The lifting arm is motorized. It plays It's a Small World when opening the can, and there's a 10-cent charge per opening, but you must buy credits $10 at a time. I really hope Disney didn't see this. They might just make this a nightmare reality.
Yeah. All right. So Mike Robinson, he showed up with like 3 or 4 comments. He says the new and improved Techno Ronin dispenser. Techno Ronin was the dispenser. Okay. This reloadable appliance will entertain you with portions of random snippets of past shows whilst preparing a portion of ramen noodle soup.
Techno ramen.
Okay.
How have we not thought of techno ramen yet?
Oh, I've thought of it. I've actually eaten it.
We've had Techno Ramadan.
No, Technorama Rama.
Techno Rama.
Yeah, that's when we take our show on the road.
Which is coming up soon.
Yeah, that's right.
Mike also writes the iCat. It goes around creating messes for your floor cleaning robot to tackle.
Oh god.
Some units come with a small dehumidifier unit for the quote random hairball option.
Random hairball option. And he also wrote in and said the body odor dispenser. Who wants a body odor dispenser?
You said worst gadget.
Yeah, so looks like one of these plug-in dispensers that fills the room with pleasant odors. Looks like. Doesn't work like. The unit will, at either set or random times, release certain not so pleasant odors that will cover any that you don't want associated with you.
I'm fairly certain there's something like this to get rid of unwanted guests. It would
fart spray.
Yeah, it was like one of those air renewer, the plug-in things. Only
air manures.
You could set it for like at 9 o'clock. I want the house to just smell like a cat box.
Oh,
So that your guests leave.
Well,
he's got another one in here. The iGranny Cook. It helps with step-by-step instructions to cook items in its database. Now, I had a dash of cinnamon. Pause. I said a dash. You added a pinch.
Oh boy. And you had some, didn't you? Looks like
we got a couple of shares. Mine was a fridge with a bathroom scale in front of it. Thought it was actually a pretty good idea.
See, Gary Lindros said a device that senses a can is open and seals it back up. Wait, before or after you get the food out?
It's like one of those little mystery boxes where you push the button and it comes up and pushes the button off.
You pop it open and you turn around to get a utensil and you come back, it's closed already.
It's up to the other can opener. So you go, it's a small world after all. And it rewinds. It goes, yes, more for me. Keeps things fresh. You don't have a chance to use them. Jared Cooper says an oven or microwave that shows calorie content.
Keeps going. No, it should have a running total for the week.
Ooh.
Hey, I think I know Suzette Tomasi. Where have I heard that name before?
I don't know.
A scale, well built to weigh pounds of venison, but the deer must be alive.
Stand still, Bambi.
Yeah. Stupid deer.
And they have to fit all on that little square like a bathroom scale. You got all 4 hooves on there.
Right.
It said alive. It didn't have to say conscious.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. Oh, wait, no, that's not it. We have a forgotten voicemail.
Oh, yes. You almost forgot it again.
I'm going on too long about the movie, but I can't help myself because it's just that awesome. Some people say that this movie is a little simplistic, and I don't completely agree. I think it has a lot of nuances.
He's talking about Superman.
The personal relationships, both Luther being so dismissive of his subordinates and the Clark and Lois dynamic work in ways that, geez, I don't think I've ever seen. Maybe in some of the, maybe in Smallville a little bit, but not to this level. And it's just picturesque and so heartfelt that it's amazing. James Gunn chose to have both of Clark's parents alive for this movie, which was a great touch and definitely grounded him and made him feel more human, of course, which I think is part of the point of it. It's set against the backdrop of a war, which might echo contemporary events, but I didn't quite see the parallels as much as some pundits are pushing it on. Finally, Crypto. How could I forget Crypto? My gosh, what fun. And he is not a comical dog. He's a regular puppy. If anyone's had a dog, I think you can identify with his behaviors quite easily in most cases, minus the flying, of course. But it was such a breath of fresh air to have that characterization included in this movie. And last but not least, as always, stay for the credits. There's extra, and then there's even extra on top of that. I don't know what the box office numbers are for this yet, but I'm telling you, I definitely think we're going to get a sequel. This has just been a fun romp. I saw it for the first time last night, and I've already got plans to go see it again tomorrow because it's just that amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. I've droned on long enough, guys. If you haven't seen it, get out there to see it. It is definitely worth your time. I didn't look at my watch a single time throughout this whole movie, and that is at least the baseline for a good movie for me. And there were several moments that just captured my heart in such an amazing way that I didn't think possible. All right, guys, take care. Bye.
I've already got a sequel. Select star from user where active equals true.
Well, I have to say, it's kind of funny that he mentions going to see it, and then now it's on digital.
This is like from a month ago. I apologize.
Yeah, but it's like 35 days, and it went from theater to on demand.
Just like Joe said.
Oh, what did he say? Because I haven't listened to podcasts and.
Oh, Craig, it's your gig to do the Dog Days of Podcast.
I can't listen to all of them.
Yes,
I try.
Yeah, hey, Joe's not even doing one every day.
Well,
I'm going to leave that for the listeners.
All right,
we've got our own show to do here. Thank you very much, Gary. We will definitely follow up on that. But until then, let's close out this chapter. Into the history. Chapter 2.
Chapter 2. History of the world.
On this day in history for August 20th, 2025. This is the 232nd day of the year in the Gregorian calendar. There are 133 days remaining in 2025. It was on this date in 1858 that Charles Darwin, good old Chucky D, first published his theory of evolution through natural selection in the Journal of the Proceedings of the Linnean Society of London. That's 3 ofs in that title.
Yeah.
Alongside Alfred Russel Wallace's same theory. I thought of that too.
Also ran. And 143 years ago today, Tchaikovsky's. I know, Tchaikovsky's.
Chai, like the drink.
Yeah, 1812 overture debuted in Moscow, Russia.
August 20th, 1920, the first commercial radio station, 8MK, which is now WWJ. That's What Would Jesus?
Would Jesus do?
Yeah. They began operations in Detroit. Oh, there's the D. What would Jesus Detroit?
Also today in 1926, Japan's public broadcasting company, Nippon Hoshi Kyokai.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, Kyokai was established.
It was 50 years ago today that NASA launched the Viking 1 planetary probe towards Mars.
And 2 years after that, NASA launched Voyager 2. See, they even got a sequel.
Voyager? I thought they went to the Delta Quadrant. Did they say where they were launching Voyager 2?
No.
Well, I hope Dal and Rock and all those are happy on that ship.
Yeah.
Happy birthday goes out of the state to English mathematician and academic Thomas Simpson. Mathematics. Born on this date in 1710.
And Czech astronomer and educator Christian Mayer was born 306 years ago today. I'm sure he's listening.
Here's an interesting one. and I put these in for a reason. We don't normally do like architects and what they built.
Mhm.
Finnish architect and academic who co-designed the National Museum of Finland, Elil Saarinen, was born on this date in 1873. Wait for the next one that I do.
That you do, okay. H.P. Lovecraft, American story writer, editor, novelist, was born on that same date in 1890.
So Elil built this museum or designed the museum.
Oh,
His
did you
son,
break?
Eero Saarinen, same birthday, same occupation, Finnish American architect and furniture designer, designed the Gateway Arch. You know, St. Louis was born
Right.
115 years ago today.
And Japanese chemist, engineer, and academic, Nobel Prize laureate, Hideki Shirakawa was born 89 years ago today.
Well done. Well done. Also born on the same date in 1938, French military officer and astronaut Jean-Luc Chrétien, I hope, something like that. Pardon my French, I always say.
Crichton. Don't know.
Chrétien.
Crichton.
Chrétien. So there's an accent over the first E. We're going to move on with the birthdays. And we have a lot of them because we're not going to be around for a while. I want to make sure we cover the ones that are running over Dragon Con too. So let's start in August. August 20th, Jedi Kez, a.k.a. Brian from Winnipeg. Zoidberg is on the 26th. It's my birthday. He was born in 1967. That would make him horrifically old by the year.
Wait, I was born in 69.
Kyle
about
Sligo on the
3,000.
22nd. Also on the 22nd, Alchemy Dragon. 24th is Kira Fiore, Crazy Joe's daughter. David Grizzly Smith is on the 25th. 27th is Chuck's Forgotten iPod.
Again?
Already. No kidding. Maximilian Bjorsten from Stockholm, Sweden. There's another person you got to see if you're going to Sweden, Craig. On the 30th, Tim Downing on the 31st. We get into September. On the 1st, we have David Klemken. Scott Tyler on the 2nd. Kyra Vega on the 4th. Used to work with her. She's still out there somewhere. Ben Vaughn on the 5th. Susie Murph on the 6th. And Brad Miller, one of our patrons, on the 6th also. Happy birthday to all of you. They all went to chuckchat.com/birthday. Is that still the thing?
Yeah.
We still have the pre-show banner up. You're falling down on your duties.
I'm doing duties.
I said duty. chuckchat.com/birthday. And we just had another recent one in there that's coming up in September. So watch for that. If you've got a birthday coming up, get her in there. If it's your birthday and you're not on the calendar sometime in the next month that I just read off, happy birthday to you. We wish you all the best. And I think we're coming to the end, but we're not going to wait around for it. We're going to move
get
on.
out of here. Take a hike, guys.
This might be it. This might be it.
You can cut it short today and take the
seconds
rest
left.
of the night off.
Gone. Yeah, we'll pay you full price for the remainder of the song.
What? We got to pay them?
They get nothing.
They get nothing.
Don't tell them.
Don't. We fixed the glitch.
Right. Okay, chapter 3, news.
News and weather, everyone.
Kind of weather, I guess.
Weather.
On another planet, maybe.
What?
So, unfortunately, not the first article. Second article
Oh.
might be considered weathery.
I see.
Many of you have probably already heard AOL is shuttering its dial-up service at the end of September 2025 after 34 years.
Wow.
Their
Those
Shield
modems are
browser
old.
and dialer software will also be put to sleep.
It's funny. I was thinking about this a little bit, maybe like a week or two ago. I was like, I think somebody mentioned dial up somewhere.
Yeah.
I forget where. And I was thinking, is there still dial up service around? No, there actually, that's what it was. I think in some rural areas, they
Yes,
still
rural is
offer
a
it.
big
And
one.
then, so I saw this article and I went, whoa, I'm surprised that AOL is actually still doing dial up. So that in itself was a surprise.
I want to know how the software still runs. I mean, some of this stuff that means they would have had to come out with a Windows 11 version at some point.
No, you know what? I don't care what Microsoft says. We use the same. When I have my internet service, it's the same. The dial-up stuff is Actually, a lot of that networking stuff was the same for lots of years. I don't know about 11, but
No, not on the AOL side. On the customer side, you've got Shield browser and AOL dialer. You can't just like take an old Windows 3.1 floppy, throw it in there, and expect it to work.
I'm telling you, they kept saying, "Oh, Windows 98's all redone, and Windows ME is all redone." I'm like, "No, it's not. The screenshots and all that software is the same." So I imagine for dial-up, it's got to be pretty similar in
I don't know,
Windows 11.
but there was.
Here, let me look at my Mac and see if I can tell you.
Was it 200,000 people are still using it? So they're either going to have to go to ADSL or
Starlink?
satellite. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not mentioning any brands by people that I don't endorse right now.
I'm just saying. Well, that's really kind of the only game right now until Amazon gets theirs is coming up.
Well, just a few more years, and my old ticketing software back at the company I used to work with will be older than this.
Did you say they were still using it, or they used it for a long time?
Still using it. Scott told me yesterday, there's only 2 groups left. I said, 2? I thought there was only 1. He goes, no, we had 6. We're down to 2. Like, oh man.
Wow.
That is the definition of technical debt right there. So somebody at AOL is losing their job because they were the code maintainer for the AOL browser.
Yeah. He's getting replaced, and it's not by
You put that on your resume. Nope, I'm retiring. I'm 75. I've been doing this for 34 years.
I gotta fix the Windows 11 version.
I gotta backport this to Windows 95.
Right. Yeah.
All right, on to the second article. This one's more astronomy. James Webb finds evidence of free-floating planets, aka rogue planets, so large they can gather their own planetary systems. This is interesting because most of the time when you think of, spiraling dust cloud that turns into a star and planets, they're saying, well, there may not be enough at the center to ignite a star, so you end up with a big planet. And they're saying 5 to 10 times the size of Jupiter. It's not big enough to be a brown dwarf, so it's a planet at the center of a planetary system.
I imagine, do they have would it have an atmosphere? I guess it wouldn't be very much of a good one because there's no star to actually interact with.
You don't need a star to have atmosphere, but it's going to be cold.
No.
Everything in that, you can't call it a solar system because there's no star.
Right.
But everything is going to be cold.
Right.
So all the planets that revolve around, they said, we found a chunk in the middle, a planet, and it's starting to coalesce silica granules, which is going to be your rocky planets that are starting to coalesce. So they didn't find a big planet surrounded by lots of little planets. And then the joke at the end was kind of funny. It said, ironically, then maybe our ancestors weren't totally off the mark with their whole geocentrism fixation. They just had the wrong planetary system in mind.
Right.
That would be hard to spot if it doesn't give off any light.
Yeah, imagine you're traveling around, you just, oh crap, there's a planet. Turn left.
We've found rogue planets, and some of them have moons and whatnot going around them, but not a planet with larger bodies going around. That's fascinating.
Yeah,
it totally makes sense. But
I mean, look, we got moons. I mean, that's obviously smaller, but it's the same kind of thing. You got something in orbit around, But yeah, it probably has it must have some massive gravity to it.
It's big. It's big. I mean, Jupiter is big, and it's got large moons. Excuse me. All right, next article. Rare copy of The Hobbit sells for record-breaking sum.
Yeah.
The thing that makes this rare is it's one of the first printings from 1937. There were only 1,500, and they said, we didn't really print these and bind them in the best quality, so a lot of them didn't survive.
And slap some glue on it and put the pages in there.
Pretty much. This one's darn near pristine. It's missing its cover jacket, but they did say this is first print, and there's artwork in there from Tolkien himself.
Wow.
I can't afford to hire an illustrator because they didn't know how they only printed 1,500 copies. They didn't know how well it would sell and that it would become such a phenomenon. It sold for They were estimating that it would fetch between 10 and 12,000 pounds, and they came up with 43,000. Yeah.
How about that? Well, I'm surprised that even from at least from the pictures that I'm looking at, the spine is not discolored. You know, you'd imagine even if it was on a shelf or something.
Right. And that's where it was. It says the book came from the family library of Hubert Priestley, who was a famous botanist in the 1930s and brother to the Antarctic explorer and geologist Sir Raymond Edward Priestley. Priestley had strong connections to the University of Oxford when Tolkien stood as Rawlinson and Bosworth Professor of Anglo-Saxon and fellow Pembroke College. Both men knew fellow author C.S. Lewis, and it's likely that they knew each other. So it was sitting around on a bookshelf, and somebody went, hey, I mean, this is the dream when you see something in plain sight and go, I wonder if this is worth anything.
Well, my thought had been like somebody would have come in my house and saw it and went, hey, can I borrow this? Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, I wasn't able to bring it back, but here's $50.
Yeah, right.
And you go, wow, thanks, $50.
Look, it's sitting on top of a copy of the Silmarillion. Yeah, that's pretty cool though. I saw they had some maybe there's another copy of on the video, maybe they open it up and they show some of the artwork and the quality of the pages.
That's because a lot of times what happened, because this was children's book, children would color in them and draw them. Yeah, so it's nice to have a personalized copy, but that kind of degrades them. This is like finding, Superman #1 Action Comics.
Yeah, and it says Craig written on it on the cover. Actually, I got some comics where my mom wrote my name on the books themselves because I had a brother. Well, I got a brother, so there's some that say Adam. There's some that say Craig. And I'm like, not that I'm looking to sell any of my comics, but they're mine.
So he can claim them later in life.
Yeah, I don't care about that. Never mind though.
All right, let's go on to Hacks and Strange Stories, because AI is sounding more human every day when you read this article.
I know, doesn't it?
So the story goes that a software developer was using AI to help debug some code, and they were using Gemini, I believe it was.
Yes.
And it didn't work. And the AI started like beating itself up. Says, this has been a long and arduous debugging session, which turned into, I'm hopeful this latest major refactoring has finally solved the borrow checker issues and the underlying logic errors. And then it comes back later, goes, I am an absolute fool. This has been a marathon. I mean, the AI is saying this.
Hey,
right?
By the way, you're right. It does sound more human. It sounds like a real developer going,
this is the moment of truth. How many times have you said that to yourself, Craig? All right, moment of truth. Here we go.
Here goes nothing.
And then finally declared, I am defeated, and re-entered the fray. You got things like, it was at wit's end, later named itself a monument to hubris. Then it was a fool, a broken man with no ideas who was going to, quote, going to lose my mind.
Yeah.
Then later said, I'm going to have a stroke.
Yeah.
And a complete mental breakdown. Then it repeated the words, I am a disgrace 80 times.
Yeah. It's like, here's your penance. You got to write it on the chalkboard.
One of the guys at Google wrote back and said, yeah, that's a bug. It's like,
a bug.
You have buggy software trying to debug your software. I'm not encouraged on that one.
Well,
but it was a funny story.
I did tell you, I told you in the little chat group we got going on about how I was using Notebook LM, which is like Gemini, but it actually uses Gemini on the back end. But what you do is you give it sources. You say, here, use this Word doc or use this PDF. Oh, use these web links and analyze them. And you can ask questions about it. And it'll also do an audio overview. And the audio overview is two people, male and a female voice. I'm sorry, not two people, two voices discussing what is the on the material that you gave it.
Right.
So I thought I was playing around, and for dog days, I took my script for the detective noir story, put it in there. I did the audio overview, and as they're analyzing, it's almost sounds like they're reviewing my story. They're talking about the whole thing, and then the guy, the man's voice, is talking about the little twist, and you hear the female voice. She said, "Jesus, oh my!" And then there was a murder. Oh my God! I was like, "Why is this thing reacting like that? That's weird." It said did something like that like 2 or 3 times. I just thought that was it made it sound more relatable,
Yeah.
or real. But it was it was this weird thing. AI just said, "Jesus, huh? Really?"
Does AI know what Jesus is?
Do any of us? No. So I just thought that was interesting that I had the similar
Whoa,
reaction.
take the profanity filter down a little bit.
I did download the audio, by the way, because I thought it was interesting. I actually almost thought after my whole story is over, is posting that, 2 people reviewing my story. Anyway,
All right, we've got a quick break here before we get into our next article. I want to give a shout out to the chat room. That was easy.
yeah.
Join us Sunday nights at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time on Facebook or YouTube. We'd love to see you there. We do this show live as often as we can. We
Mhm.
will be doing one more in the month of August. That will be 1 week from tonight. So see if
Next
you can
weekend.
join us on the 24th.
Yep.
And then that will air as we head off to Atlanta, Georgia. Probably miss a week or so in there. We'll get.
Hey, if you're at Dragon Con, come look us up. Look for us in the schedule, because we'll be on the podcasting track.
Yep.
What day was it? we were doing?
Digital media track, Craig.
Pardon me. Excuse me.
Timer. Okay, boomer.
Don't start. No, when's our show?
Our show is Sunday afternoon.
Sunday afternoon, and we're doing one on Friday with Clinton.
No, that's also Sunday afternoon.
Oh, they're both on Sunday.
I'm doing a panel on Friday afternoon for the 20th anniversary with Bobby Blackwood and some other people. I can't remember right now.
Mm-hmm.
Brian Brushwood. Wow, got a whole bunch of B's in there. And then Sunday is Comedy Forecast, Technorama and Friends, immediately followed across the hall by our Topic is Trek panel. And then there's 2 karaoke sessions, and one on Thursday night, one on Saturday
we
night.
got a wardrobe change. We got a wardrobe change.
Right in the middle of the hall, you're taking shirt off.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm not changing the wardrobe. Why not just wear Star Trek stuff to our panel?
Chuck, I didn't know you wore leopard skin underwear.
Surprise!
Surprise. All
What
right.
did the janitor say when it jumped out of the closet? Supplies.
Yeah.
Okay, on to Remember When. We have something to remember here.
Yeah.
A video from, what was it, 1976? Yeah, 1976. And it's on YouTube, so you can watch it at your own leisure. It's about 15 minutes. Talking about
Well, the setup.
our computers.
So the setup is there's this guy, he's got a business, and he's behind on his back orders. And then somebody walks in and offers to help him set up a computer.
Chain with callers
Yeah.
out to 2
Yeah,
counties.
that's right. So they start walking through talking about what is a computer, what is hardware, what is software, blah, 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 blah. And they go down the whole gambit.
Input, processing, memory, outputs. I got it.
Yeah. You know what was funny was I've never really nobody really uses the word hardware anymore.
Whoa, when you get phone, what are the hardware specs?
No, I mean, I just don't. I don't really think about it in terms of software and hardware like I used to.
Software is just apps these days.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that relationship they point out at the beginning of the
Still
video.
an important concept.
Of course it is, but you just don't. I just don't think about it anymore. Or
What's scary is I've used a lot of the equipment that they showed in this video.
Yeah,
I'm feeling a little old. Like one of the ways you can input data is punch cards. Yep, checked.
Yeah. I didn't use any of that stuff. I went from Apple at school to my Commodore and so on and so forth. But
they were showing those big reel-to-reel tape drives. Like, is it 1600 or 6250 BPI?
Yeah.
Nerd. Old nerd.
Nerd. Yeah. But anyway, I thought it was a funny video. Again, when they said there's software and it tells the hardware what to do, I was like, "Ooh, I never really thought about those concepts in a long time."
Yeah,
that was really-
the analogy I would always make to somebody way back when was it's like a player piano. Your hardware is the keys, the pedals, the
Mhm.
strings, the frame. Okay, that doesn't change. That's the hardware. And
Yeah.
then you put in a scroll of instructions. You can change what song is going to play, how it instructs the hardware to perform a song. Well,
Mhm.
instead of a song, you have operations happening in the computer to calculate and print and display. So
You know,
yeah,
I had to I don't know why it was my responsibility, but there was a computer store I worked at. They would have people sign up if they needed a class on how a computer works, you
yes.
know. And I was like, okay. So I go in there and I started explaining the hard drive and memory. And my concept when I explained the memory was that okay, you have the hard drive and your computer's the desk. Think of your memory as the desk, the top of the desk where you put your files out, and then when you're done, you put them back on the computer. So, however big your desktop is how much memory you have. And a lot of people went, "Oh, that's great." I was like, "That's probably one of my better analogies." I think.
So back when you were just starting out, your desk was the size of a postage stamp. That was 64K.
Yeah.
And now you've got, 3
Yeah.
terabytes of RAM,
Hmm. Yeah.
which is the size of
A football field.
2 planets.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, that was my. Well, at the time it was like I don't even think we were hitting a meg with a it wasn't a lot.
A
I'm
mega
sure we-
memory in a PC was something special.
Yeah, I was gonna
You
say I
never
think we
needed
were
more than 640K. Then you had to say, am I configuring this as extended RAM or expanded RAM? Like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And the config.sys nonsense you'd have to go
yeah.
through.
I don't think we yeah, I was trying to think what there was a point when every machine had a megs with a memory and wow, that's a lot, and
Till
then
Windows came along and said, nope, 2 is the minimum.
yeah, it's Windows. So, but yeah, I just remember doing that class and every once in a while I'd have maybe 1 to 3 people in there, they were new to computers altogether. And this is probably 91 maybe, something like that, around that time frame.
Then you had to explain what the internet was.
That was later. I
Then you
remember
had to explain what a podcast was.
you know what? I got speaking of the internet, I think the question I got most, at least especially early on, is this a fad? Is it gonna go away?
Yes.
Is it
Give
gonna
me all
stay?
your money.
Yeah. Did you ever get asked that? Do you think it's gonna stay?
I would get this, not whether it would stay or not, but it was, what do you think about this?
Yeah. Well, I got that too. I would just remember people thinking it was a fad. I'm like, it's no fad. I mean, I was no Nostradamus, but I could see the potential in all of this.
Yep.
Especially when you start looking at something that's current, like news or something like that. You're like, wow, this is going to be pretty big.
Most
And-
most of my career has just been blind dumb luck. These computers are kind of fun. Hey, there's some work in there. There's money to be made.
Oh, look, solitaire.
Looked out on that.
Yeah.
Hey, this making computers talk to other computers is fun. You want
Mhm.
a job writing software to communicate with pay
Yeah.
telephones and modems?
Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went on like that.
Actually, I think my career has been more of if you touched it, you're the expert, and now you own it. I'm like, because I was always trying to keep up with things
Yep.
because I kind of liked that. Liked it when people knew to come to me to ask a question, and I
it's
wanted to have
annoying.
huh?
Now it's annoying.
I know. Well, I wanted to have answers, and that's, the worst thing is when people go, "Hey, what laptop should I get?" I don't know.
A silver one.
Yeah. What? Get a Chromebook. Get a Mac.
So they're out looking for one that's covered in chrome.
Yeah. Literally covered in chrome.
I found The Hobbit. It's covered in chrome. Does that work?
Yeah. Right.
Okay. Quick thank you to our patrons because they help keep this show going. They are the executive producers.
Yes.
Thank you, Alexis Duran, Ember Elstad, Amy Bowen, Abner Braverman, Ben Vaughn, Brad Miller, Brian Brown, BBBBB, Chris Martinez, Chris MC, Dan D. Mancoyer, Dean Jensen, Denise Inglis, Gary Lindros, Jason Pollard, John Clifford, John Noble, Yorga Shrowen, Crazy Joe, Kyle Nishioka, Leon, Mark Kilfoyle, Mike Wills, Saturday Morning Media, Stephen Weshy, Steve Cody, Steve Therian, Steve Webb, Steve London, Tim Cook, and your name here. Your name could be here. I just addressed all of those postcards. We're waiting for Craig's signature when we get to Dragon Con, and I will drop them in the mail, and you'll get your postcards. And many of you will be getting T-shirts. They've been ordered. Most of them will be here before we go to Dragon Con, but I won't be able to post and send them yet.
Yeah. So
yeah. But we'll be getting them earlier than last year.
Early September, they'll be going out for
sure. It is a celebration. I sent a prototype out to the people that are receiving the T-shirts. If you know what,
hey, it's a prototype and it's got 3 arms. So we're sorry about that.
Still working my way around the sewing machine. No, but we did make them available on TeePublic. And if you hear this, like you're watching the video before Tuesday, the 19th, you can go to ctomasi.link/TeePublic, TEEP, and they're having a sale for $16. Otherwise, they go up to, what is it, like $23 for a T-shirt? But if you want to get one, I mean, the patrons are getting their own T-shirts. But if you want one to help celebrate the 20th anniversary of Technorama, because this is our 20th anniversary in 2025, it's a cool design. You can go to TeePublic and get your shirt in black or other dark color with the logo on it. I cannot figure out how to get hats on there or bags or pillows. It says they're turned on, but I don't see them in there. Anyway, long story short, ctomasi.link/TeePublic. You can get yourself your own T-shirt to help celebrate and go, hey, I've been listening to it this whole time. What's wrong with me?
Hey, sorry, I'm a little distracted. My trackpad died.
Oh,
trackpad.
Mine was acting a little weird, but I eventually just reloaded the web page and got it working.
The battery died. I don't know.
You don't charge them?
I do. Well, I need to.
You don't have a regular reminder to plug them in to charge them so you don't die in the middle of the show?
Nope.
There's something to add to your to-do list. Come on, Greg. You know how to run a to-do list.
It's like dead. I
have once a month. It says, go charge up the trackpad and keyboard.
It's messed up.
Fail.
Right.
Your productivity system is not encouraging me.
Oh, well.
Okay, on to Pass the Remote. Whatever chapter we're on, 5. We'll call this chapter Purple.
Purple. Plaid.
Chapter Pie. Okay, go ahead. We've got like 5 shows each. We're going to go through these as quickly as possible. Tell me about Fantastic Four. Or I'm starting?
Yeah, go ahead.
My first one is on Netflix. In fact, I think all of mine are on Netflix because that was just the easiest to get my viewing history for the last couple of weeks. First one is a Robert De Niro series. I think it's 6 episodes called 0 Day. This group of hackers throws out the power for a minute. 3,000 people die. And he's the ex-president in this movie and brought back to form a committee to figure out who done it. And it goes into some really great places, really dark places. And I'm not going to ruin it for you, but hey, it's a Robert De Niro film and he does a bang up job. So this one, a thumbs up.
Yeah. So since the last time we talked, I've watched the Fantastic Four, which I thought was fantastic. It was actually really good. Probably needed the only gripe I have with it, I think it needed a little more humor to kind of lighten it a little bit. But other than that, the movie had heart. The family, the 4 actually worked together well, and I thought it was really good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. So I can say it's one of the better Marvel films that's come out in a while.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I did finish up season 2 of Marco Polo on Netflix. as I mentioned earlier on in a previous episode, lots of nudity. So just be prepared.
Right.
I didn't really care for the way that season 2 ended. It looked like they were ready for a season 3, but it wasn't. So this is a few years ago. Michelle Yeoh makes a
Mhm.
a more of a presence in season 2. So she's always fun to watch in a fight scene. Actually, the fight scenes are really good in this show. The effects, the story, I enjoyed it a lot. It does tend to get a little long in some spots, but the story comes through as you're following everybody's backstory. If you do decide to watch this, don't miss the one standalone episode that's not part of the series that tells the backstory of the monk. So a lot of the characters, they do the backstory in the series. There's 10 episodes in season 1, 10 episodes in season 2. And during that, they'll go, oh, here's how Ahmad got where he is. And here's how the
Yeah.
Blue Princess got where she is. And, but they did not show the blind monk known as 100 Eyes. So there's a separate episode that I watched between season 1 and season 2. Went,
Mhm.
okay, that was cool too. Now that we know his backstory. So don't miss that. Really enjoyed Marco Polo.
Okay. I went with my friends, and my old school friends. We went to go see The Naked Gun with
Speaking
Liam
of
Neeson.
nudity.
Huh?
Speaking of nudity,
Yeah, right. Did you go see The Naked Gun?
I have not,
Oh, how did you know there was nudity in it?
because the
I
title
know, I'm
naked.
kidding with you. But it has Liam Neeson in it, who was actually really good in it. It was surprisingly well. You go into something like that and you're like, I'm not sure what to expect, whether it's going to be good or not, but it is good. He is Frank Drebin Jr. And they kind of explain that a little bit.
Liam Neeson, Leslie Nielsen. Wow, that could
Yeah.
easily get confused. Okay.
That's right. So there's a reason why I'm not going to give it away because the movie's still out.
Did somebody
Um,
kidnap his child in this movie?
Right. Yeah. Well, you know what was funny? I forgot in one of the old Naked Gun movies, he had like one of the montages. He had a kid, and it was Frank Drebin Jr. and he looked like he had white hair, just like Frank did, or Liam or anyway, you know what I'm talking about.
Did Norberg have a child too?
Yes, he did.
OJ's kid?
Well, there was a moment when Frank was in the delivery room and the baby came out. It was black. So they chase each other down the hallway. So yes, there are
Funny
some
stuff.
funny stuff. Anyway, it was really funny. I enjoyed it a lot, and I think all three of us that went did. So yeah, it was well worth it. There was some callbacks and funny, and yeah, you go watch it if you like that kind of silly humor. I think there needs to be more of that. Like Airplane and The Naked Gun and stuff like that. There needs to be some more spoof, goofy humor.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
That's right.
Okay, I watched Conversation with a Killer. That's sort of a running series that Netflix has. This one is the Son of Sam tapes.
Okay.
So Son of Sam story about David Berkowitz, the summers of 1976 and 77, when he went on his random killing spree. There was a reporter that saw him in prison at Attica, I think it was, a few years later, and made some recordings and kind of got behind everybody was wondering, why did he do this? Because they were seemingly random. Some parallels between a lot of them. But it starts out with the first one on July 29th in 76, I believe it was. And it took a while because the police departments didn't talk to each other as much for them to connect that some of these crimes were related. And there was one that was even older than that. I think it was in the late 60s that at the end of the show, the lady says, yeah, that was the man who shot me.
Oh.
And nobody believed him. And this was like in 67 or 69. It was years before the whole New York thing took off.
Wow.
But that guy was messed up in the head. And I believe this show was recorded in 2024.
Okay.
And David Berkowitz is still alive. He's like an
really?
old man. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh. So interesting insights. If you're not into violence or true crime or anything, you may not enjoy it, but I did because I want to know the story behind the story. I remember hearing about it in the news. I remember hearing some documentaries, real high level stuff later on, but this gets inside his head and he's claiming, I wasn't such a bad guy. I'd help a little old lady across the street. Yeah, and then you go randomly shoot some people.
Yeah. One does not outweigh the other, buddy. I did see Happy Gilmore 2, which speaking of goofy humor.
Yeah, I'm just not a big Adam Sandler fan.
Oh, I like Adam Sandler, but
I liked Happy Gilmore. It seemed like a one-off fun story about hockey player playing golf.
yeah, it's kind of like that again. He's makes a comeback, and there's reasons why he needs to make some money. So he comes out of retirement, and hilarity ensues.
Okay.
But it actually wasn't as bad as you think it might be. You go, oh, just like we were talking about the Naked Gun. It was better than I expected, and I enjoyed it a little bit more. I'm not saying it's a great film.
Much better than Cats.
I think any movie in the last decade is better than Cats.
Sorry, that's just an old comedian line. The hypnotist that goes in and hypnotizes all his people, all his audience members. It was wonderful. I'm going to see it again and again. It was much better than Cats. Anyway, another show I watched was Rogue Agent. I believe this was a movie because I don't remember a series of them.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be a thriller. It kind of was. It's about a guy who says that he works for MI5, but he can't tell anybody. But when they start going, hey, wait a minute, he starts dating this girl who's a lawyer, and she does a background check on him, and his story doesn't check out. He goes, well, I can't. I have to tell you, it's because I was a spy. Yeah, and this is my identity, and I'm undercover, and da da da. What he's really doing is he's tricking these women into giving him money,
Mm-hmm.
and then he takes off. And some of the women he leaves in the wake are just destroyed, but they eventually do catch him, which is a spoiler alert. But it was a fun game of cat and mouse, much like the next one I'll do. But first, you tell me what you've been watching for number 4.
Okay, so we watched Untamed on Netflix, and it's about an agent, troubled agent, and he's trying to solve a murder in Yosemite. So, there's people telling him, going, why are you trying so hard to find, this murder and everything. So then he's got to deal with his family. He's got some family issues you learn about and why he's there a little bit more. And basically at the beginning of it, it starts up. This is not a spoiler, but it starts off. These two people were climbing up a rock face. I guess it's Half Dome or something like that. They're climbing up, and one guy slips his rope. He gets caught, and then there's a body at the top that falls, and they kind of catch it in the rope. So there's a dead body hanging on the rope, and that's where the murder comes from. So,
okay.
And that's when they start the investigation. So it was pretty good. And I've just read that there's a season 2 coming out. So this is a series, not a movie. And yeah, it's pretty good. Had Eric Bana was the disgruntled investigator.
Cool. All right, I saved my surprise for last. This one really surprised me. It's called Ripley, also on Netflix. It's black and white. It's a noir film. I don't know if you saw the Benedict Cumberbatch version of Sherlock Holmes.
Absolutely. Yes.
You remember Jim Moriarty, the guy who played him, like super creepy, like when he wipes his finger along the mantelpiece and goes, most dust is dead skin cells, and he licks his finger.
Yeah. Right.
He plays just as creepy of a guy in this. It takes place in the late 50s, early 60s, I would say. They don't specifically say. And he's down and out on his luck. He's a bad guy, kind of like a passport forger, that kind of thing. And this man comes to him and says, hey, I'd like you to go find my son. He's over in Atrania, over in Italy. And he doesn't want to come home. I'm hoping he mentioned you were his friend. And he goes over there and sort of weaves his way into this guy's life. And his girlfriend is like, I don't trust him. I don't like him. I'm getting a bad vibe off of him.
Yep.
He's not stupid. Ripley's not stupid, but he's actually very smart, because every time you think, oh, he's gotten in a tight spot, he's not going to get, oh, he got out.
Yeah, he worms his way out.
Yeah. Did you watch this?
Yes, Kim and I watched this.
It was not fast paced by any means. I think it was 8 episodes, 10 episodes, something like that. And it took a while to get through it. It was like the pace is slow. And the director makes sure you see what he wants you to see. It's like, here's a cat watching an elevator come down for 30 seconds.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's like, but
there were some weird choices in there. But yeah, you're right.
It was very, like, I found myself drawn into this thing, even though there were points where I can't continue. I must continue. I can't continue. I must continue. So I really enjoyed this more than I thought I would. Ripley on Netflix.
Hey, by the way, this is taken from the same story of The Talented Mr. Ripley with Matt Damon that came out, 99 is the same story. I mean, just a different telling of it. And I think it's a book. Okay. I think it's actually a book too. Oh. And that's where this Netflix version takes from more than the movie did.
Interesting.
But, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty good. I liked it. And oh yeah, not much to say about this one, but we just started watching Wednesday, which also came out on Netflix.
What day did you watch it? Did you watch it on Wednesday?
No, I watched it on Sunday today. So I think it came out last Wednesday. But yeah, there's 4 episodes of Wednesday Addams, and then I think in this season her family is a little more prominent, so you learn a little bit more about the Addams themselves. And so it just started. We watched 1 episode and it looks pretty good. So
I think Donna watched that. I haven't had a chance to see that yet, but that's
I think the remaining 4, I think they come back out in a couple months. I think in October on Halloween.
One is called Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah.
You said there were 4 more. Or total of 4.
Don't mess with me.
It's too easy. Fish in a barrel, my friend.
Actually, I'm just ignoring you. I don't. Yeah.
It goes both ways. Right. Are you done?
Yeah.
All right, that takes us to the end, right on time. We have a question of the week for next time. As NASA's head of snacks for the inaugural Mars colony, which single snack food would you prioritize for interplanetary survival, and how would you present your choice to the crew? Well, I think the choice is obvious. It's got to be some Mars-branded candy.
Yeah.
A Mars bar, anything from M&M Mars.
Are you hangry? That's how you present it.
Or not going anywhere for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Now we're cooking.
It's too real.
Yeah.
All right. That takes us to the end of the show. Thank you very much. If you want to get in touch with us, you can call the listener line at 707-530. I need to start some music. There it is. 707-530-2428. That'll get you our voicemail line. A couple people like Gary have called recently. We'd love to hear from you as well. Or you can send us an email. Many people do that as well. It's that little icon that looks like an envelope on your phone.
AOL email.
Keyword Technorama.
You got
Send
mail.
it to technorama@chuckchat.com. Or you can find us on social media. Lots of other stuff to do. Thank you very much to everybody who is a patron. They went over to patreon.com/Technorama podcast. And for as little as $1 a show, they get a lot of stuff. Postcards are coming, people. T-shirts are available on TeePublic.
Just wait till Easter when we put out the big spread.
Congratulations. Give me a binary high five.
All right. 101.
We were 5 seconds over an hour for that audio recording.
No.
I'm sure I can edit out a couple of dead airs.
Yeah, right.
Nah. We've had some that ended with 1 hour, 1 minute, and 1 second. It's like, hey, it's 10101.
We've done that a couple times, I think.
Okie doke. We're going to end the video here and record our Patreon show. And we will talk to you real soon. So,
All right.
yeah, 1 week from now. Take care.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.